I don't know why today. I'm just in a sharing mood today. So I just wanted to share this story. I know you probably have seen it like in my videos. Like I try my best. I have tried my hardest to hide it. Like even like just top like the way I just hold my mouth up. Look, you see that? So my tooth broke off in my sleep. So let me tell you what happened. So I haven't only told one person at the time, like when it happened, like, cause I was just like in disbelief, because like all my life, like my teeth has been everything to me. Like I took pride in just having nice teeth, like, and just having a nice smile, which it didn't really mess up my smile, but it tent was too. So this was back 2024, like when a lot of the spiritual attacks just started coming at me crazy, and I didn't even know I was even under attack. I just thought I was just cursed. Like bad things just keep happening to me. Like no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I work at something, it's just like just it just like uh but like it pushed me more into the spiritual, because I'm like, I'm keep getting rejected from this world, and I know I'm putting in good stuff. I know I'm a good person, right? So back to this. So in my dream, me and my grandma, like first it was just me climbing. I was like, it was really dark, it was storming, like lightning flashing everywhere, and we were climbing on a beanstalk. I don't even know if it was a beanstalk or just a piece of grass, but it was just huge. And it went all the way up to the sky, like through, like, it went so high up. Because when I appeared in this dream, which I told a part of it, because that's when my grandma explained to me about like dream walking and like energy transference and stuff like that. But the other thing, like, they told me like after the fact was that, because in my dream, I just thought my grandma just punched me because I was just screaming and I was afraid. And she just kept telling me to keep climbing, keep climbing. We're almost out. And I'm just like, I can't go no more. Like, you just leave me. Like, I thought I was just going to just perish. I thought I was just done for. And I was willing and I was okay to just accept the fact that I couldn't get out. Right. So I just told my grandma to go. And she like, I'm not leaving you here. So she went punched me in my dream, and she was like, grabbed me. She said, Jackie, let's go. She's like, climb to the top. And she was just yelling at me, like just stern. And my grandma, like even in like our waking life, she's never hit me. Not one time that I could think of. And I used to aggravate this lady and just do stuff just to get her going, because just her fussing at us just to make us laugh. I don't know. We was just weird kids. But like, she never hit me. Like not one time that I can ever account that my grandma has hit me. Like she yelled at me, called me smart, and smiled, like her sarcastic way of calling me dumb. She just called me, she's like, you just really smart. And she would just do that, like, oh, you're just so smart, Jackie. And I'd be like, wow, thank you, grandma. And it took me to grow up to like understand her sarcasm. So I'm just like, but she never called me stupid or dumb. So I can mess with that. But anyway, so in this dream, she's like really stern. She already didn't hit me. So that was like, whoa, grandma, you just hit me. And I'm just like, and everything is still, but like it's like a panic look in her face, and she was like, just grab me. She said, Jackie, you have to keep climbing. She's like, I'm not leaving you here. And she was like just that stern, and I'm like, just her energy just made me like, okay, this is serious. I have to keep climbing, like no matter what I'm feeling inside. I've already felt defeated, and I was just ready just to let go of the beanstalk or whatever I was on, and just to fall back into whatever was down there. But I was just ready to be done. I just couldn't physically go no more. And so, but my grandma, she just gave me like that boost of energy after she hit me. And then like I ended up, we climbed to the top, and then I woke up. So when I woke up, my tooth was in my jaw. So then first I'm frantic, like, my tooth, like what the heck, like no, like there's the end to my pretty smile. I'm like, I'll never smile again after this. And I'm just like oh my god, like how can I live now, like my tooth, like. And then I'm like, after that, I just started laughing. It made me belly gut laugh. Like, I started bending over laughing. Like, my grandma hit me in my dream. Like, she went back, like, Just like one of those little why yada. Like she just went back, went pow, and hit me. So I'm thinking like, did that energy transfer that much to where she hit me in a spiritual, came through the physical, and I went too. I'm like, I always knew my grandma was a strong woman. Now I knew that, but I'm just like still processing. But they had to break this down to me delicately, and what it just comes down to was that I had a seizure in my sleep. I was asleep. I had a seizure, and I didn't even know that I have nighttime seizures. I just always thought I just like was a teeth grinder or whatever. Because I even bought like the little retainer thingies that you put in your mouth to like kind of help do that. So I was just thinking like, and I haven't been like nothing crazy, right? Because like usually I know I've been going crazy, grinding my teeth. I wake up, oh crap, and my jaw just be hurting, and whatever. So I'm just thinking like maybe I grinded my teeth in my dream so bad that I broke it, and I'm just still trying to like process like how could that punch knock my tooth out, right? So then they just broke it down to me that like at that time, and I didn't even put two and two together because I honestly was just minding my own business and just trying to get into my spirituality. But at that time, Spirit told me like, start posting online and stuff like that. So I started posting like my face and like videos of me actually talking. I think it was like, I want to say like June, July of 2024, because it was the summertime. That's when I started going out at my mom's old house out in the backyard. And I just started like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, why you want me on camera so bad? But I'm like, okay. But this was before my tooth got knocked out or I lost my tooth. And then this was also the same time where my sister was calling me, asking me weird questions like, oh, the rays in the sky. How did you know that those are spirits coming into the earth? And I'm getting ready to tell her. Spirit said, mm-mm. So I'm like, okay. Then my cousin called. Oh, how do you get into the spiritual realm when you be going? Like, do you ever see my mom? And I'm about to answer her. Spirit said, mm-mm. And here comes my brother, bring me the phone. Oh, Granny wants to talk to you. Or such and such. Mm-mm. So this time, whole time, like they were plotting on me. I had no idea, right? I'm just minding my own business, just happy. Like I heard a bird calling my name. Like I can feel life coming from the tree. Like the nature's alive, like the grass is alive, like, and just me like just noticing like what I've never ever paid attention to before. And like I slowed down from this fast life I was living. I just slowed down and just started just listening. Like the wind talks, like everything is just, it was just magical to me. So of course I'm like posting online, I'm like sharing my experiences and this, that, and the other. And here come these people asking me these questions now, and I thought nothing of it. Like, maybe they went through similar things and they had questions because we grew up in a society like, oh, that's evil, it's evil. And so like I just took a chance. Like, I've tried living like by this and it got me nowhere. All it made me do was hate myself more, right? Beef with God more because none of it made sense. And took me going back outside, meeting nature and letting nature introduce itself to me and seeing myself through nature's eyes. That's what got me out of that, snapped me out of that, whatever illusion that I was living in. And then so that's when Spirit told me like, they was doing a death ritual on you. And I'm just like, what? And like that was like, just even thinking about like my family, just like it, I ain't even gonna lie, it really hurts. And every time I just think about all the family members, that's just like, they all just band together. Like forget Jackie. I even told a story like how when Spirit showed me like about my birth, how they've already signed my soul over to some entity and the entity was already waiting in a room for me. And Most High intervened at the very last second, like the split second. And my mom always brings up the story, like when I was born, she was like, girl, you came out the canal so fast. It's like you you shot out and the doctor had to hurry and catch you and this, that, and the other. Like, she told me like her side of the story, and then I got to see the other side of the story, like through the spiritual tenses of like what was happening. You know, why I stayed up crying all night as a baby and all this other stuff. Why I didn't want to be around certain family members. And I would just scream and holler until my mom came back and got me. Like, and it just all makes sense. It's just like really like crazy to me. But in that dream, like after like my grandma told me, she was like, that ain't the first time. Because if you remember, if you've seen any of my videos, I told the same story about when I was 17 years old. I was going to the career center. At this time, I was doing dental assistant and CNA. And this particular morning, I had to go to clinicals before I had to go to school. So my clinicals was like from 8 to 12 or whatever time, how many ever hours we went. Went to the nursing home, did my time, boom, then I had to go to school for the rest of the day, for the other half of the day. So my mom had to work a double. She was doing security at the time. So she was like, I know you don't like staying at your granny's house. Because as I said before, like since I've been a kid, my dad always told me like, don't eat nothing out of there. Don't go to the bathroom there. Don't even go to sleep over there. So we never spent the night. So I never worried about the sleep part. But everything else, locked in the vault, Dad. So anyways, how my mom's like, I know you don't want to go over there, but she's the only one that can take you to your clinicals, that's available to take you to clinicals. And like at that time, we couldn't miss no hours. You had to have so many hours or whatever to get the completion and get it signed off on. So I'm just like, so I'm asking my mom, like, could you just take me over there like later in the evening? She's like, well, I got to go to work and do my doubles. And so I'm just like, I had to be over there all day. So that's afternoon and night. And then I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to survive this long without food. One, how am I not going to use the bathroom for this many hours? That's two. And how the heck can I go to like stay up all night and be concentrated and well rested to go lift patients and, you know, do all this other stuff for residents and then go to school. And I'm just processing this. So I low-key just wanted to just say, never mind. I'm just going to take this L for these clinicals and hopefully they'll give us a makeup time. My mom's like, no, you're going. Do what you got to do. So I'm like, get to my granny house. Got my schedule already set. And at the time I had like this little Nokia phone. So like, what was the game I was playing on there? It's like some little game when you bounce the ball, but you could just move the arrows on the phone. So I'm playing that, keeping myself entertained. So my granny kept coming out, like telling me, like, go to bed. You know, you got to go to school and stuff and da-da-da. So I'll pretend like I'm sleeping. So I'll just lay there with my eyes closed. She'll go back in her room and da-da-da. Then she'll come back out like an hour later. And then I'll hear her creeping down the hallway. And then she'll see that my eyes are stuff. She's like, didn't I tell you to go to sleep? I'm like, I'm trying, but I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to sleep. And then this kept happening all night. And then she waited me out, but she ended up getting me. I fell asleep like at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I was out. I could not stay up no more because I had to be up and ready about like 7 in the morning. So I just kept pacing myself, like do this, playing like little word games with myself, like spelling the longest word in the world, like anything to keep myself awake, right? Just to keep myself entertained because I couldn't turn the TV on because it was past a certain time. So, and I'm like, my phone, you only can do so much, right? And so she comes back out and I didn't know because I didn't even know I fell asleep. But when in this dream, when I was asleep, I was on the table. My granny was at the head of my head. And then it was people surrounding me around my whole body. It kind of reminded me like a clock. And I was just the two things on my body was the thing on the clock. And then they was just the time. I don't even know how to really explain this. Right. But in my dream, I'm thinking I'm just dreaming. I had no idea my granny's really over here. So in my dream, I can see like this clear, like white essence is coming up out of me, like out of my mouth, like, but they're around me and they're chanting and stuff. They all got on black hoods and they just and they're holding me down. I cannot move. And in this dream, I am screaming like trying to get up. But as I'm doing that, I could still see this essence coming up out of me. And I had no idea what was going on. And then so it was just like in this dream, it was like fight or flight. And I have no idea, but this spark in my heart just sparked up like, and it's like I just got this super strength out of nowhere, and I was able to go like, bruh, and then like release myself, like just get everybody off of me at the same time, and they all went back like that. And then I sat up in my awakened life now, and I'm like this. And now I'm panting like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, something was trying to kill me. And then I was like looking around. My granny's standing there right in front of me with this incense. And then even then when like I'm sleeping, I can hear her going like, like I don't know what the heck she was saying, but she was chanting it so fast, and it kept like, it was messing like when it came through my dream. I can hear it in my dream too. I don't really know how to explain it, but that was like the one thing that was keeping me conscious enough, because I'm like, what the heck is that noise? I'm gonna get to that noise and like stop it, like shut up, like, because it was just like, I don't really know how to explain it. Well, anyways, caught my breath and I look around. My granny is standing over me. So I was sleeping on the couch in the living room. And she's standing on me with this incense. And she's still doing this. Ain't gonna try to tell me to go to sleep. And like, it was just first, it was a reaction. I'm not proud of what I did. But I'm telling you, that strength that I got from my dream, I used that and I reached back and I sparked and kicked my granny across the room. I sure did. I went like, rah, rah, and I kicked her because I'm like, what the heck are you doing? And then she like down on the floor trying to play victim. And she's like, oh my God, I'm telling John, I'm gonna tell your mama, I just can't believe you did this to me. And I was mad, like my voice and everything. I was like, I don't care. I was like, you were trying to kill me. And I'm just yelling at her. I said, what is wrong with you? And she just down there playing victim. And she go in her room. And I'm like, now I ain't going to sleep. I turned on every light in that house. I turned the TV on. I don't care no more. Right? And so she's like, now I'm scared at the same time. Like, my mama and them gonna beat my butt. Like, I can't believe that. Because she used to just lie on my brothers and like say like that they was walking past each other, they arms are touched. She'd be like, he just hit me. And anything like to try to get my brothers in trouble, like with my uncles or with my dad. Like, it was just weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. But I was like, at the same time, I was scared because I'm like, man, now she ain't gonna take me to my clinicals. I came over here for nothing. My mama finna be mad at me. My dad finna whoop me. And I'm just all like just processing this right before I gotta go. So she comes out her room like nothing happens. And like, oh, hey, Jackie, are you ready to get up? Like, are you ready to, get ready to go to, me take you to your clinicals? So I was like, you take me to my clinical? She was like, yeah, ain't that why you came over here and spent the night? So then she's like playing mind games with me at this time because she's so nice to me. But just a few hours ago, I know what I just did because I know I did not fall asleep. So then I'm just thinking like, did I dream this? Did I make all of this up? And she's just like flipped the script like nothing happened. And then I know for a fact, but like that's just like the type of mind games they play. So that's when like when I was having that experience and my grandma was like, think back when you were 17. Excuse me. Because I never told nobody about it. Like I did, but I just never went into details about it. And so she was like, that's the same thing that was somebody was doing, but she told me somebody, but she didn't go into details then because like I said, they had to break this down to me delicately because I would have crashed out. I would have lost my mind. Like I probably wouldn't even be who I am right now. Like they just had to break this story down to me delicately, like just ease it back. And then like, okay, now look at this family member. Look how they've always treated you. Look, listen to the things they've always said to you. Then flip the page over. Then tell me something about them. And I'm just like, and then now just to the point, like, did anybody truly ever really love me? Like, honestly, like, that's just my question. Like, where I'm at now, like, did anybody, like, really care about me? Like, was this all just a big deception? Because that's just where I'm at. And that's why I said, like, that's why I'm like, when I was going through my little crash out moment, like when I found out they again tried another death ritual on me when I was on a train, couldn't move my hand. They got a freaking doll over there stabbing it. And like, I had no idea. I'm just thinking like, maybe I'm having health issues. Am I losing my mind? Am I going crazy? Not once did I look at them like you guys are doing this to me. And so, like, I don't know. But I just wanted to share that too, because I'm like, I went back watching my videos, and I'm like, I see myself just turning my head a certain way and just doing this, just trying to hide this. But I'm like, why should I be ashamed? Because I lost my tooth because of some death ritual that didn't go through. And that's why I stand firm on, I love my ancestors. You guys can call them evil all you want to, but they have saved my life more times than I can even count. And it's a shame how many times people have tried to take my life. That's why I'm like, I don't understand my family either. Because I'm like, if y'all really knew me or knew anything about me, there was some times I've tried it myself. I would have probably, like, if y'all told me like that was the plan and the mindset where I was at some years ago, I would have been like, hey, let's do this. Because, hey, I tried this didn't work. I tried this didn't work. Hey, I tried this. Like, we could have probably collaborated. But now you wait until, like, I'm finding out who I am. Well, have found out who I am and coming into my power. Now you want to use all this stuff to try to take me out. That's just what I don't get now. You could have tried me when I didn't love myself, when I didn't give a care about myself, but now I do. So yes, I'm going to fight back for my life. You can't have it. So I'm like, anytime like I see my videos and I'm hiding my tooth, I'm like, why hide my shame? Like, of course, it makes me feel insecure. And their purpose for that was to make me like lose my confidence. So me stop to posting videos. And there was even times where like I felt like my face was breaking out of nowhere. I'm like, I don't put nothing on my face besides water. Or like just crazy stuff. And I'm like, but all of it was just like a ploy just to make me lose confidence, to stop posting. But I'm like, all it did was just made me think about Moses, honestly. I'm like, he had a stutter, right? He couldn't talk right, but God still used him for a mouthpiece. I'm like, okay, Moses had the cojones to go up there, and even though he knew he couldn't get his words out right, what do I care about a blemish versus the truth I have inside? I would learn sign language if that was the case and sign everything. I will write everything if I had to, if you tried to take my voice, because the truth is going to come out eventually anyways. But I was just looking and reflecting like on some of my videos, because like I go back and I learn from myself too, because sometimes I'll be rambling. But I'm like, it don't be ramblings. It just be little blues clues to me that I just don't pick up on at the time. And I'm like, I don't care about this. Like, I care. But I'm like, it's fixable, but it's not the end of me. But it's just like now, it's like the more attempts, and then the more I still show up, like that's why I'm going to keep showing up, because that's the only thing I can do. You can try like all the superficial stuff, because at the end of the day, this is just a vessel. This is not who I am. This does not define me, right? It's nice, right? It's a nice accessory to have. Like, who wouldn't want this? Like, not on no cocky stuff, but I get it. I truly get it. But at the end of the day, I don't care about this. This is just a vessel. And I'm just a spirit passing through. This is not my home. This is not my destination. This is just a place I came to learn and relearn. The same lesson my mama tried to teach me before I left out of the spiritual realm. I can't save everybody. And I get that now. I'll help who wants help. But me being like that selfless, that doormat, they used to just lay down and let people walk and mistreat me and push me over to the side and just figure out if and when they want to deal with me, or just wait for me to get over my depression and recharge myself and start feeling great about myself to come trickle back in with their problems and drain me again. That part of me is done for. And thanks to my ancestors for giving me that strength and that drive to just care about me more. And not saying like, oh, I'm better than anybody. I'm not, and never have I thought I was, and would never claim to be. But they taught me boundaries and telling me like, these lessons, they will form against you, but they won't prosper. Because yes, I broke my tooth. Yes, I was embarrassed about it. Yes, I was ashamed, insecure. I couldn't even tell you. But it just showed me different ways I can smile. And then after a while, I'm just like, I'm not going to hide it. It's just who I am. But it doesn't change my message. Like I said, I'll learn Braille if I have to. If that's what Most High wants, or my ancestors lead me to, I will do it. I don't know what made me just want to share that just randomly. I was over here playing with this hole in my tooth. I don't know, but that's just that.